It's interesting when you mentioned that you were bigger in China, of all markets. I heard you say that recently.
China, dude, it's so ridiculous. China, I was in university and I got a DM. It was like right during like midterms week. And I was like, man, I don't know if I can do this music shit anymore. It's really not working. Like I was genuinely going to give up. And I was also doing a copious amount of Adderall because I'm not an academic. I wouldn't recommend it, guys. So I got a DM from this girl, didn't follow anybody but me on Twitter, and was like, hey, you're famous in China. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, what do you mean? She's like, nah, I'm being serious. I'm like, huh? And I had a foreign exchange student in my class, and I was like, yo, like, do you know this like app called NetEase and like Wang Yi and like 163 Music? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, do you know what this means? And I was asking him like what all the analytics were. And he's like, wait, this is your song? And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, dude, this song's huge. I'm like, really? And then we just like became friends after that. And he like helped me get WeChat, helped me get Weibo and a bunch of the social medias. And then there's this dude named Luce out in Shanghai. And I was like, I made a fan group on WeChat and so many fans poured in. They were like, my phone was like buzzing off the wazoo. And I was like, holy shit. I remember just sitting there with my roommate, Kyle and Daniel. And we were just like, dude, what the fuck is going on with my phone? Like I couldn't use it because it was like, and I texted this guy Luce. I was like, what's up? Like everyone's telling me to hit you up. And he's like, cool, let's do a tour. And I was like, really? And homie scammed my ass so hard. Like we sold out 6 capacities, all like 900 plus. And I went from doing midterms, not selling it, literally doing a show in like Victoria, BC with like one singular person, like one person, to doing 900 capacity sold out shows, like drunk off my ass, being like, fuck it, let's party. And like my DJ didn't even know how to DJ. Like we were just winging it so hard. And at that point, he gave me like $2,000 for all these shows. And I think he probably pocketed like $100,000. But at that time, I was busting tables and I was like, all right, this is sick. And I'm like, I'm making more money I would have made than busting tables playing my own music in China. I'm going. And I went and it was like the greatest experience of my life. Like it was life changing for sure. Like people had tattoos of me out there. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I remember the first show I turned around and looked at Dan, my DJ, and I was like, bro, what the fuck is going on? And people were like, wow. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? So that was like the first like, whoa moment. And then everything after that kind of just became normalized because I was like, if my music can be so impactful in China, like it has to be able to be impactful out here. And I was just like, I got to keep trying. And then my homie Young Gravy blew up, and then it was just like, I just kept trying. I stopped partying, started waking up at like 4 a.m, started drinking coffee. I just started really giving it my all. So
what song was that?
It was a song called Yo Yo Tokyo, which I only had out in North America for like not long, like very short. It was like a week. And then I don't know the inception of how. So basically what happened was this guy, 16th birthday, Jackson Yee, he danced to one of my songs in a 2-song choreographed like setup. And it was just one of my songs. So I have no idea who recommended it. I have no idea if my music was popular out there prior. But soon as he danced, I went immediately viral.
How was it performing in front of that amount, like 900 people, after previously only performing in front of just like 1 or 10?
Dude, I got water on the CDJs and I had to do push-ups for like 30 minutes. It was a joke. I had no idea what the fuck was going on.
Was it freaky for you?
It was like, this is funny. You know, like, it was like, this is so not what it should be. But I'll take it. So it was kind of like a really, really eye-opening experience that I was like, oh, maybe I do have the ability to do something like this. And I think it really gave me the driving factor of being like, I have to do this. Like something is telling me. I think once I saw some dude, no bullshit, have Baby No Money tattooed on his neck, I was like, okay, you fucked up. Like so hard.
Did you tell him that he made a mistake?
I think so.
Okay.
But I was just at that point, I was like, I got to do this like religiously, like at least for him, so he doesn't make a goddamn terrible ass mistake. But yeah, it was a very, very interesting experience that I don't know. I would love to re-feel that again, because it was so like unexpected. But at the same time, I was making music and I was like, I really hope this would happen. And then I think the second time I ever felt something similar was when I had La La La. I was like, about time. Like it took me 2.5 years later, after I blew up in China. It took me 2.5 years later to have La 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 in North America. And that was like my first big stamp of approval in America and in North America, like rest of the world. And at that moment I was like, okay, I made it. Like I for sure made it.
Although really quick, while we're on the topic of business, for those unaware, I got a coffee company and it's called bankrollcoffee.com. Our goal is to bring you the highest quality coffee at the most affordable price. But in terms of delivering on that promise, we had to find an e-commerce platform that would be the best fit for our needs. And that is where our sponsor, Shopify, was there to help. Shopify is home to the #1 checkout on the planet, with way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going.
For example, Shopify is this amazing service called Shop Pay that lets customers save their email address, credit card information, shipping, and billing information, which, I kid you not, boosts conversions up to 50%. And if you're serious about growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between.
All in all, nobody's selling better than Shopify. So if you want to upgrade your business and use the same checkout that Bankroll Coffee uses, sign up for a $1 a month trial period at shopify.com/ICH, all lowercase, with the link down below in the description.
Again, that is shopify.com/ICH to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/ICH with the link down below in the description. It is just $1. I strongly recommend it. It truly is the best platform out there. Thank you so much to Shopify for sponsoring this episode, and back to the podcast.